Are you ready to gain a thrilling cyber experience? If so, you should not miss the chance to watch the most famous cyberpunk movies that will make you adventurous and thought-provoking. Cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction that features advanced science and technology in a capitalized future. In this video, we will discuss about top 10 cyberpunk movies of all time. Watching these movies will make your leisure time more exciting. But before that, make sure to subscribe for us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us. So let's dive into the video. Number 10. The Matrix. The Matrix is one of the best ranked and must-see cyberpunk movies in the 20th century. It is a science fiction action film written and directed by the Wachowskis. Excitedly, it is the first installment in the Matrix film series, starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, and Joe Pantoliano. The movie depicts an interesting story about a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside the Matrix, which is a simulated reality. Shockingly, it reveals how intelligent machines are using human bodies as an energy source. When a computer programmer, Thomas Anderson, uncovers this truth, he joins a rebellion against the machines along with other people who have been freed from the Matrix. This is a quintessential cyberpunk movie which has an alluring aesthetic sense, and interestingly the narrative is accompanied by technology. The story discusses a philosophical topic which has been discussed for centuries. However, the idea of reality being a simulation was a completely original concept for a movie. Number 9. Strange Days. Strange Days is also one of the most famous American cyberpunk movies in the 20th century. The cyberpunk thriller film, directed by Catherine Bigelow, shares a shocking story of a black marketeer of recordings that allow a user to experience the recorder's memories and physical sensations as he attempts to uncover the truth behind the murder of a prostitute. Interestingly, Ralph Fiennes, Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis, and Tom Sizemore took the major starring of the movie. Being a blending science fiction, Strange Days explores themes such as racism, abuse of power, rape, and voyeurism. Taking a good effort, the film was shot entirely in the greater Los Angeles area over a period of 77 nights. The core idea of the movie, where a man tries to uncover a sex worker's murderer by watching her memories, can be claimed inherently cyberpunk. At the 22nd Saturn Awards, Bassett won Best Actress and Bigelow became the first woman to win the Best Director award. Number 8. Scanner Darkly. Another must-see cyberpunk films in the 21st century is The Scanner Darkly. It is an American adult animated psychological science fiction thriller film written and directed by Richard Linklater. Astonishingly, the movie tells a story of identity and deception in a near future under the intrusive high-tech police surveillance in the midst of a drug addiction epidemic. The film was shot digitally and then animated using interpolated rotoscope, an animation technique in which animators trace over the original footage frame by frame. Interestingly, the film is based on a 1977 novel of the same name by Philip K. Dick. Astonishingly, this was embodied with creative and aesthetically pleasing futuristic sci-fi flicks. The film was successfully screened at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival and the 2006 Seattle International Film Festival, and was a finalist for the Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation, Long Form in 2007. Number 7. The Animatrix. The Animatrix is a 2003 American-Japanese adult animated science fiction anthology film produced by the Wachowskis. The film unveils the backstory of the Matrix film series, including the original war between humanity and machines, which led to the creation of the titular Matrix. This film further provides side stories to expand into many film series. Notably, The Animatrix is said to be the best cyberpunk film, which is streaming on HBO Max. The story is embedded with different stories set before, during, and after the war with the machines, therefore audiences get to see all sorts of variations of the cyberpunk vibe. The Redditor posits, Animatrix is a wonderful DVD of anime movies that explore the Matrix and its origin. Generally, the film received positive reviews from critics. Number 6. Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 is another most popular cyberpunk movie released in the last decade. Interestingly, it is an American epic neo-noir science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve and written by Hampton Fancher and Michael Green. Surprisingly, Blade Runner explores the story of how uncovering a secret led to threaten the society and the course of civilization. Ideas for a Blade Runner sequel were first proposed in the 1990s, but licensing issues stalled their development. Critics point out Blade Runner as one of the most accomplished cyberpunk films ever because the story totally doubles down on the cyberpunk themes. Blade Runner 2049 was financed through a partnership between Alcon Entertainment and Sony Pictures, as well as a Hungarian government-funded tax rebate. The movie is full of giant holograms in the night sky and is almost like a cyberpunk fan's fever dream. Number 5. Total Recall. Another must-see cyberpunk film is Total Recall, released in 2012. It is an American science fiction action film directed by Len Wiseman and starring Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, and Jessica Biel. The screenplay by Kurt Wimmer and Mark Bombach is a remake of the 1990 film with the same name, which was inspired by the 1966 short story We Can Remember It For You Wholesale by Philip K. Dick. The supporting cast features Bryan Cranston, Bokeem Woodbine, John Cho, and Bill Nighy. Unlike the original film, the setting is on a dystopian Earth. Interestingly, Total Recall is based on one of Dick's novels, and the film blends American and Asian influences, notably in the settings and dominance populations of the two nation-states in the story. The film was first announced in 2009 and was released in North America on August 3, 2012, grossing over $198 million worldwide. The film received mixed reviews, with the criticisms that it lacks the classical elements of the original film. Furthermore, the Total Recall has a lot of problems, specifically the fact that being rated PG-13 means it loses a lot of the original's appeal, but when it comes to visuals alone, it appears spectacular. Number 4. Akira. Akira is a 1988 Japanese animated cyberpunk film directed by Katsuhiro Otomo and produced by Ryohei Suzuki and Shunzo Kato. The film unveils the story of Shotaro Kaneda, a leader of a biker gang whose childhood friend, Tetsuo Shima, acquires incredible telekinetic abilities after a motorcycle accident, eventually threatening an entire military complex amidst the chaos in Neo-Tokyo. It is also a vital film in the cyberpunk genre, particularly the Japanese cyberpunk genre. Akira was released in Japan on July 16, 1988 by Toho and was released in the United States following year, eventually earning over $80 million worldwide. It is widely regarded by the audiences and critics as one of the greatest films ever made, especially in the animation, action and science fiction genres, as well as a remark in Japanese animation. Number 3. Equilibrium 2002. Equilibrium is a 2002 American science fiction action film written and directed by Kurt Wimmer and starring Christian Bale, Emily Watson, and Taye Diggs. The film unveils an interesting yet ambiguous story of John Preston, Christian Bale, an enforcement officer whose feelings and artistic expression are outlawed. After accidentally missing a drug dose, Preston begins to experience emotions, which makes him question his morality and moderate his actions while attempting to remain undetected by the suspicious society in which he lives. Finally, he assists a resistance movement using advanced martial arts, which he was taught by the regime he is helping to discard. Any sci-fi fan would find this interesting dystopian concept entertaining. Number 2. Ghost in a Shell. Another best-ranked Japanese cyberpunk movie is Ghost in the Shell, which is an adult animated neo-noir cyberpunk thriller film. This film was directed by Mamoru Oshii and collaborated by Kazunori Ito in 2017. The film is a Japanese-British international co-production, executive produced by Kodansha, Bandai Visual and Manga Entertainment, with animation provided by Production IG. The music was composed by Kenji Kawai, including vocals in classical Japanese language, and the film's visuals were created through a combination of traditional animation and CGI animation. The film is set in 2029 Japan, and the film unveils the story of Motoko Kusanagi, a cyborg public security agent who hunts a mysterious hacker known as the Puppet Master. The narrative incorporates a philosophical notion that focuses on self-identity in a mechanized world. In fact, this is an interesting and adventurous film that reveals a lot of cyberpunk features. Number 1. Dredd. Dredd can also be considered as one of the most popular cyberpunk movies released in 2012. Interestingly, this is a science fiction action film directed by Pete Travis and produced by British studio DNA Films. Garland began writing the concept in 2006, but was not announced until December 2008. The story is based on the 2000 AD comic strip Judge Dredd and its eponymous character created by John Wagner and Carlos Ezquerra. Eventually, Dredd and his apprentice partner are forced to bring order to a 200-story high-rise block of apartments and deal with the resident drug lord Mama. Filming of this movie took place on practical sets and locations in Cape Town and Johannesburg. This is also a most captivating cyberpunk film, which earned just over $41 million at the box office on an estimated budget of $30 to $45 million. Those are the top 10 cyberpunk movies that you should watch in advance. Hope you enjoyed it. If you subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us, see you in the next video.